Tyson's final victory was against Clifford Etienne. To show respect, that fight lasted 49 seconds. This one goes 60.
All I got to say is humbled. Humbled. Jake Paul humbled himself knowing that he can knock out Mike Tyson. Jake Paul was in total control of Mike Tyson. Now, I had Mike Tyson. I wanted Mike Tyson to win, of course. Didn't happen, man. You win some and lose some. You know what I'm saying? And in this instance, Tyson won, even though he lost the battle, right? Hey, he still won because at the end of the day, everybody's looking up to him. And let me tell you, it's so funny, right? In the audience, when everybody knew Jake Paul had control of the matter, it got so silent. It got so silent. Everybody was wondering, we don't want to see Tyson. You see the energy? No one want to see Tyson go down and get dropped, right? And it was like a quietness. And it was like, okay, now, this is what I was thinking. I was like, yo, what's Jake Paul going to do? What route is he going to take? Is he going to take the positive or the negative route? Because at the end of the day, he's still going to make money. He's still going to build his entrepreneurship, his promotion company, if he decides he want to keep fighting. He got everything in his hands right now. So which way is he going to go? Is he going to go in the direction where he's going to knock Tyson out? Right? You're going to knock him out, and then you got a lot of people that's not going to like you? Or you're going to have control of the matter, be humbled, bow down to someone you know if he was in his 20s or 30s or even 40s will knock your ass out in 1 round or 2 rounds. Is that basically it? So he humbled himself. And that's one thing I give thanks and praise to Jake Paul. And Tyson's a warrior. To me, he's not a loser in my eyes. He's not a loser in my eyes. He will go down with the shield if he have to. So, I represent Mike Tyson. I'm 51, he's 58. Of course, I want him to see to do the impossible. I want anybody at any age to do the impossible in boxing. I do. I want anybody in any age to do the impossible in boxing. So that's not the issue. And I feel good that Mike Tyson, I feel good that Jake Paul did the right thing. Because like I said, he could become the bad guy, drop Tyson, humiliate Tyson. He had the power. He had the power. And guess what? This is what happened. Everybody wouldn't like him. But no matter what direction, just like Mayweather says, whether you like me or not, you want to come to see me in victory or defeat. That's it. So now I'm seeing that Canelo and Tank Davis talking about, bro, let me tell you something. Jake Paul right now, that fight with Serrano, oh my God, that was a beautiful fight. Shoo. The Indian dude and the Brazilian, Goyat, that was a good fight. If Jake Paul could keep doing this, Serrano and them got 3 apiece, $1 million. Barrios got $1 million. 3 million. All of them got three here. See, this is the problem with the promotion companies not doing what they're supposed to do, not giving the boxers what they want to make these fights, and just putting up barricades and making things hard. Money talks, bullshit walks. So at the end of the day, whether Jake Paul handled the situation with Tyson in a good manner, which he did, he went that route, being humble, or he went in the other situation where he could have dropped him and everybody in the crowd was looking like, yo, you didn't have to do that, man. You didn't have to do that, bro. Right? And showing respect to boxing. He's showing respect to boxing because, like I said, either way, if you don't like him, he could have a fight with Canelo, and Canelo could whip his ass, right? Because we know Canelo. See, this is a special cherry pick tree that Canelo could pick his cherries from because it's the money tree. It's a difference. So he's looking at Jake Paul like, oh man, and guess what? If Jake Paul decides to fight Canelo, it is what it is. Whatever is good for boxing at this time, because these networks not having any trust in these promotion companies and the fights that the fans want to see, right? So I know there's a lot of people say, oh, I can't stand watching these stupid fights. The casuals going to always win because they're going to always want to see celebrity boxing. If you could see Shaq and the other brother, they was talking about, oh man, we should do a basketball versus football and boxing. See, this is the problem. And this is a problem, but you can't blame casual fights or superstar fights that it's the problem. I'll tell you what the problem is. So if you want to say that Jake Paul is effing up boxing and all this stuff, but what about what's going on with the hardcore boxers, the ones that deserve to have that shine? Well, the promotion companies, they don't want to do they only want to do in-house fights, as we can see at PBC, right? They only pick certain fights, and if they do pick a fight, like they wanted to pick Tank and Loma, they only gonna pick somebody out if they know they have 100% chance of winning. That's it, right? But other than that, these promotion companies, the boxers itself, they don't want to fight each other. They're making excuses. They contribute to this situation where boxing is dying. Okay? You could put all the blame on Jake Paul and all these exhibition matches, but 80,000 seats, man. And this was a free fight, but the viewership. Bro, Mike Tyson is the face of boxing, and I'm not going to stop saying that. But the problem is with Mike Tyson, he can't go no further with his face of boxing. Now, he said he want to fight again and again and again. Fine, right? That's his thing. But everybody knows the end game with Mike Tyson now when he saw him fight Jake Paul. So I would say Jake Paul is the face of boxing. See, I never wanted to get this way, but see, since y'all up with this popular vote, everything is popular in the United States. You got to be popular in order to sell seats, sell venues, sell whatever. That's what's more important. Popularity. Okay? Not someone that was in the amateurs, started boxing at 9, 10 years old, not going through the Olympics, then going professional. You got a belt. He got a belt. He got a belt. He got a belt. No one's fighting each other, but you're going to get mad when you see situations like this. You're going to get mad. A hardcore boxing fan like me, sometimes we think that way in the beginning, but now we got to say, listen, times are changing. And no matter what I think as an old jagabat man, I'm 51, my time will be gone when I pass and die, and it will be a new era in boxing. Now, it's only two people I'm kind of seeing holding boxing down. That's Turki Al-Sheikh and Jake Paul. All those fights, Shushu, oh man, giving these boxers opportunity. And like I said, Jake Paul, he could go any way with the situation. Well, being a fighter, his stock didn't drop. When he lost to Tyson's brother, his stock didn't drop. He lost. But look where he's at now. Look where he's at now. See, now in my last video, I said I'm going to give you a T and I'm going to give you an E. And I'm going to let one of the letters miss. So it was a TUE I was explaining now. Right? A TUE. What'd they give Mike Tyson a TUE? Because remember, Mike Tyson is on TRT. Right? And I see...
Chronologically, yes, Mike Tyson will step into that ring as a 58-year-old man. But I can tell you this, biologically, he ain't no 58-year-old man. You see, Mike Tyson has openly discussed his use of TRT, or testosterone replacement therapy, as well as the use of stem cell therapy to try to help turn back the hands of time on those beat-up joints of his. He's also talked about being in the best shape of his life because he's more dedicated to eating properly than he ever has before in his entire career. Throw in the fact that Mike Tyson is arguably one of the top 5 boxing talents of all time, bringing a skill set and power that can never truly be fully discounted. Now, whether or not the Texas State Athletic Commission will give him a therapeutic use exemption for his TRT leading up to the fight, I don't really know. If he's allowed to, am I saying he's going to win? That would be a lot to ask. I'll tell you this, overlooking Mike Tyson, it's always a bad idea. Always.
And I say, by any means necessary. So if Mike Tyson had came out there in the first or second round and he had put him on his ass. See, there was a picture I showed of Mike Tyson before and after 6 months. And they had to cancel the fight, and they had to give Jake Paul, I think, Perry, to fight because Mike Tyson wasn't ready, right? But see, the thing about being on TRT, if you're on it consistently, if you're fighting consistently, I think things would have been better. So when I saw the 6 months transformation, I said, oh man, my man is on, he's on TRT, but he was always on it. He admitted to this. So as an old man, you can't just get off of it just like that because you're not boxing and you're not doing this anymore. If you're on it, you got to stay on it. That's the bottom line, man. Father Time will always take. The only thing that TRT can do is slow Father Time up. That's it. That's all it can do. But at the same time, I said to myself, Tyson can have the TUE, but it'll be effed up if Jake Paul was on anything because he don't have to be on anything because he's 27 years old. He don't have to be on anything. So that would be a problem with him being on it, but they can't give Tyson a problem with being on testosterone replacement therapy. Listen to what I'm saying. TRT is called replacement therapy. So as you get older, you lack in hormones. You just want to replace sufficient amount. You're not doing superfluous expedited doses, right? To get so high where you're cheating. You're just taking replacement therapy.
You mean like testosterone?
Yeah.
100% helps. I told them too. I told them this is a fucking.
You should have made them shoot shit. All those motherfuckers.
I gave them my doctor's information. I told them what they should do. Look, I'm also at least 8 years older than all of them.
All of them, right?
How old's Ari?
41.
41. I'm 51. Yeah, I'm older than all of them.
Yeah, but the testosterone.
It helps.
I gotta get you side on this.
Oh, yeah, you should. I'm failing all those tests. Yeah, testosterone replacement therapy, hormone replacement therapy. I started doing all that when I was 40. So that's their age. Yeah, it makes a big difference.
Makes a big difference.
Fuck yeah. Look, listen, everybody listen to this. There's a stigma attached to that. And a lot of people are like, where do you get your testosterone from? I get it from my balls. All that matters is that you have it in your system. If you don't have it in your system, you're not going to feel as good. It's real simple. If you're fine with not feeling as good, go ahead. Stick with that. But if you're not fine with it, this is 2018. Hormone replacement therapy exists for a reason. And that reason is it makes you feel way better. It makes your body work way better. You can avoid a host of ailments and conditions that are related to your body breaking down due to age with hormone replacement therapy. The key to doing it, though, is to do it correctly. You're supposed to go to a doctor that's going to test your blood levels, test your nutrient levels, and adjust your diet first. The first thing that happens is they want to find out how much you're sleeping, how stressed out you are, what are you eating, how much water are you drinking, are you getting the proper amount of protein and vegetables, are you eating correctly? Let's get you off of the sugar. Let's get you off the booze. Let's get you off cigarettes or whatever else is before they do anything. So they put you that. This is a many month process that I went through where they get you off all these different things and you make these adjustments. And then they start adding a little stuff, add a little bit of growth hormone, add a little bit of testosterone. First it was cream and then it became injections. It takes a little bit of time to figure out what works best. And then you get to a point where you have the hormone levels of a healthy young man. You don't want to elevate. You don't want to be higher than that. That's when you run into problems. You don't want to be in like some crazy Vitor Belfort when he got popped from Nevada and he was like some superhuman levels.
So I said, man, if Tyson beat him, this is what these channels are going to say. That's why I was so in that thumbnail with the face of boxing. I was going in on these channels because I know these channels, bro. And they'll be like, making up excuses. Oh, Mike Tyson, the only reason why he won was because he was on TRT. And do you think that was fair? And these channels will go against Mike Tyson in a minute. But I'm saying by any means necessary, because he could get a TUE. On the other hand, Jake Paul don't need a TUE. His hormones, his testosterone is going up. And by 28, 29, or 30, it starts to nanograms. It starts to drop. But Tyson's already there. So for him to get off of TRT to take this match, no, it helped him get to this point. But imagine if he was active fighting and still on it and consistent, right? Because it's very hard to be consistent if you're not consistent. If you're laid back, you're smoking weed all the time, blah, 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 and all this shit, and you're not athletic and you're just going for a fight. Just going for a fight and say, okay, let me get myself ready. Of course it's going to take you 6 months. You could be on TRT. Let's say Mike Tyson been on TRT, but he just taking it for replacement therapy, right? But he's not really taking the doses the way he's supposed to, right? You know, you have to take it a certain way where you take it on Monday or 4 days or 5 days go by and you take it another shot, maybe 2 shots a week where you can keep blood levels stable. You don't want to be going up and down, up and down, up and down. You want to keep your blood levels stable when you take TRT. So maybe he was slacking on certain things and he really wasn't taking in and stuff like that. And he wasn't up to par doing it. But when you old, you got to take it. When you old and you decide to go that way, when you decide to go that way with TRT, you have to say in your mind, oh man, if I get off of it, is my levels going to, no, because you suppress your natural testosterone. You suppressed it. You suppress it. You dropped it so low that when you get off of it, it might not come up like a young man come up. You remember young people, they take cycles of testosterone and then they stack stuff on top of that because they do cycles. I would tell a young man, you don't need it until maybe when your body tells you need it. When you have foggy vision or your mind is not clear, or depression, that's one of the keys. Depression is one of them. Just like women have menopause, we have menopause. So every man is different. Every glove is not going to fit, just to say we are quit, right? So every man is different. You could go probably in your 60s and have good free testosterone because there's a total and there's a free. And it's not the total, it's how much is free up from the total so you could do all the things you want to do, right? So that's where I was going at with my thing. If Mike Tyson beat Jake Paul, these channels are going to try to come up with, because they'll just say he's a natural freak. But in the picture that I showed 6 months before and 6 months after, he wasn't like a natural freak then. Yes, natural freak is only when you have sufficient testosterone. You can see that, damn, that's why you have certain bodybuilders that look a certain way, and other bodybuilders, when you put them on stuff, they look better because they have genetic freaks. They could genetically like that. And remember, testosterone is, this is what I be telling old jagabouts, but they don't want to listen. It's made up of yams and soy. Let me give you the picture so you can understand this. When bioidentical testosterone is synthesized in a medical laboratory, it's often derived from plant sources such as yams or soy. It's engineered to match the same exact chemical structure that is already being produced naturally by your body. This enables it to perfectly mimic the original source. So when they say yams or soy, remember, our bodies as men, we have testosterone, baby. We can convert it to estrogen. So you'll say soy, right? So depending on how you filter your testosterone or your stress or your diet or a lot of things come into factor, you'll usually see men with bitch tits or big gut and skinny. Well, these are the things: stress, your environment, plastics, food, how sensitive your body is to it, and how your body converts yams to soy, right? Like testosterone to estrogen. So they have to put these plant sources in it so when it's time to convert, your body can convert it also. That's how I think. I mean, that's the way it is, because I don't eat soy. I don't like being around soy too much, but I will eat a lot of yams, or I eat a lot of, foods like that. But it's how your body converts it. As you can see, it's bioidentical to the body. That means the body accepts it. That's why the body accepts it. So, if you consistent in fighting, exercising, eating right, all these things, yeah, I could have saw Mike Tyson in there doing something. Now, 6 months is not enough. Even if you're on testosterone, that replacement testosterone is not enough to be consistent to say, well, I have a better opportunity. But I believe that did give him an opportunity to fight in the ring for such a while. And I also feel that Jake Paul was humble enough to say, I don't need to put this old man on his back. Why would I do that to the face of boxing? I'm gonna kill the face of boxing, and that's what I like about him. That's why he has respect. everything, as a boxing fan, you can always look at Jake Paul a certain way, which I did. I'm not going to lie. I had this feeling, where is he going with this? Is it self-interest? Is he trying to put everybody else on? But then when I saw Serrano and Katie, and then he got Shoo on there from Brownsville, and then he's doing all these things. If he stay on that, I'm glad. I'm happy. Now, you got Tank Davis talking about, this is nothing new from Tank Davis. He did with Manny Pacquiao when he fought Thurman. He said, I want to fight Manny Pacquiao. Never did, though, right? This is nothing new from Tank Davis. But you over there with the PBC, right? You over there, right? So you just stay over there and deal with your promotion company and what they got in store for you. All right? Same thing with Canelo. Canelo, I know he's kind of happy this situation happened because now we know that the face of boxing is Jake Paul, because this is what this era. See, I don't really consider him the face of boxing because as a hardcore boxing fan, I see people that went through the amateurs, Olympics, and made their way up to be the face of boxing, and all the things that he got in boxing, like all the belts, divisions, winning this, being lineal and stuff like Terrence Crawford. I consider him the face of boxing. But we have to overlook sometimes the hardcore fans because we are looking at the casual and what they want and what they want to accept. So as a hardcore, I look at Terrence Crawford as the face of boxing because all his attributes and everything. And hey, man, that to me. But then somebody also see it and another generation say Jake Paul is the face of boxing. So now it's up to Jake Paul to say, I'll give Canelo a chance and make some more money. Is it about money, or is it about whatever else it's about? But I can see that Canelo won't want to fight Jake Paul because it's an easy win. He's not fighting David Benavidez, where he should have been fighting in the first place. He's not fighting Terrence Crawford for $150 million, and he got the upper hand, waiting Crawford to move up three weight divisions. Three weight divisions. He's not doing any of that. So now he's looking for cherry pick for Cinco de Mayo or Mexican Independence Day. He's looking for something to be worthwhile. Now, if Jake Paul want to entertain that, fine. If Jake Paul want to entertain, what's this guy name? Tank Davis, fine, whatever. But I feel they don't deserve it, but that's my feeling. But in a casual thought, oh man, it will make money. Canelo versus Jake Paul, Canelo versus Tank Davis, oh, I'll make a whole heap of money. But do I feel that they deserve to be popular? Fuck no. No. Because of the actions of the boxers. Canelo do not fight Benavidez. Canelo don't want to fight Crawford. $150 million, $200 to fight Benavidez. That's in your weight division. $150 for somebody to come up 3 weight divisions, and you don't want to do it, so you picking and choosing. So I hope that Jake Paul don't contribute to his foolishness and give them what they want. I hope that they don't give Tank Davis what he want either. I just don't. Okay? I want to, unless it comes with him fighting Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, Keyshawn Davis, blah, 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 blah. All the ones that we want to see. Okay? And I hope Netflix doesn't contribute to Canelo or even freaking Tank Davis unless it's the fights that the fans want to see and they could get a return on the investment. But I could see Canelo winning the fight, Jake Paul, on the sneak. He's not trying to say it, but he's saying a lot of shit besides that. But once you take the shine off the person that we think is the face of boxing, Canelo, and you see someone that's not, that don't have all these attributes like Canelo and made his way up, of course we could like, Canelo's the face of boxing, not Jake Paul. But guess what? Y'all the one that was talking about popularity. Y'all the ones who were putting butts in seats. Y'all the one talking about who's more famous. So now we got to base this on his hardcore boxing fans. And I will adjust the way I think and say, this is it. Jake Paul, man. He's the face of boxing. Even though he have 11 professional fights or whatever, it is because this is what y'all want. This is what the new generation want. And I think Jake Paul, at the end of the day, I hope that he stays on giving boxers the opportunity where the promotion companies don't want to, and the networks want to give them a budget, and they They don't want to give the boxers what they want and shit like that. I hope that Jake Paul stay on that type of time with Serrano, this undercard, and he keeps up bringing boxing and putting light into boxing with the real boxers. That's what I hope from Jake Paul. That's it, man. Because we're on a thin line here. I hear ESPN and Top Rank, they ain't want to be bothered with boxing anymore. So boxing is dying, right? But at the same time, we can have a young generation of fighters or promoters that'll say, listen, I'll put the money up, I'll do this, just to save boxing. Turkey Al-Sheikh trying to save boxing. This is what he wants. This is his personal interest, right? Because he's sick and he wants to see certain fights. So his self-interest helps the best of boxing, basically. Sometimes somebody's self-interest can help everybody. Most of the time it don't. Self-interest is just self-interest. But you can get a positive outcome if somebody has self-interest to see these fights and they have money and they want to spread the money around and spread their love around. That's self-interest to see Tyson Fury fight this one. You say Tyson Fury, this one and that one. Where we couldn't see it because he's effed up promotion companies. And these fighters talking about A side and B side and trying to say you don't deserve this and you don't deserve that. Well, we got promotion companies like Turkey Al-Sheikh say, here, take this, take that, let's get it on. And from there, as we keep seeing boxing could relive it, it can reface itself where we don't have to get certain people to contribute the money. The faces of boxing will be there to make boxing, but for now, it's not like that. It's not like that. And for now, Mike Tyson is the face of boxing to me, but he can't go nowhere with that face. So he have to sit his ass down. On the other hand, if Jake Paul keeps on doing what he's doing, certain fights and stuff, like he got 10 professional fights, he's not in 30, 40 fights. He don't have belts holding hostage. He could do whatever he wants. Basically. He could basically do whatever he wants. As long as he brings other boxers into the game. And not just celebrity boxing. What like Shaq and other brother was saying, we should do basketball versus NFL. Because this direction, it could go any direction now. It's either the boxers that deserve to be on top won't be on top, and the celebrity boxing will be on top, and that's the way the direction of boxing is going to go. Or we can have somebody like Jake Paul that will put the money in for somebody that's in boxing and keep the boxing hardcore still instead of just casual. Keep it mixed. You know what I'm saying? So that's about it. In my eyes, I wanted Mike Tyson to win. I was hoping that I could get a round or two out of him. His legs wasn't up under him. Even if he was on TRT, like I said, that's a consistent thing. And I will make a video because, you know, they say, like, I'm hearing power is the last thing, which is true, but power will go when it's time to go. But something that a lot of older fighters don't do when they get at that age, and it's reflexes. Now, I do boxing fit talk, and I've been kind of holding out on y'all dudes. I've been doing this for years. You know, I'm a step machine and I'm a treadmill man. Okay, I'll get into it more, but I think that I'm gonna do something to show you that as a 51-year-old what I got to do to keep my reflexes up. And your hands is doing something and your legs is doing something different. So in the future, I've been kind of holding out on that. You see me with the reflex ball. This is what you need, right? But also know how to fight on the back foot. Know how to fight on the back foot or know how to move. As you get older, your reflexes go. And you got to keep it up to par. Because you ever seen that commercial? I mean, I grew up in the 80s. It was a lady and she said, I'm falling and I can't get up. You know how you're going to have to know how to catch yourself when you're falling, or knowing how, if you know you on your way down, how to fall. Okay. So reflexes is something that you got to keep doing as you get older. Tennis, certain activities, right? To keep your mind open to reflexes. And because I saw plenty of times Mike Tyson had the opportunity, and that's what happens when you're 50s, right? Or in your late 40s, you hesitate. So you have to have certain athletic abilities and training to keep these reflexes up in boxing if you're going to go that far. And I'm going to show you what I do in Boxing Fit Talk. And you see me standing around hitting the reflex ball, but I'm going to take it up a little notch. But I've been holding out on y'all dudes. I've been doing this a long time ago. It's just I never pull it up. I never put it up. So if you ever catch me in the future, you'll see me and you'll be like, wow, that's different. It is different. But I never show it on video. All right, so I think I might just do that now. So at the end of the day, I'm not here to change your mind, here for you to read between the lines. It's not what they say, is what they're not saying. I mix the lies with the truth and the truth with the lies. At the end of the day, you love lies and you hate the truth. And at the end of the day, thank you, Jake Paul, for setting these fights up on the undercard. Thank you, Jake Paul, for not knocking Tyson the fuck out. And you showing humbleness and you giving respect to boxing by doing so, by not knocking the old Mike Tyson down, because you know in your heart that if that Mike Tyson was 20, 30, 40, he'll put you on your ass. And that's the respect. I love when he bowed and said, oh man, you had your time. It's our time now, but I'll make sure that I'll leave this earth with respect to you and boxing. So that's all I got right now, man. Like I said, when I see old fighters fight, and I really care if it's old or someone smaller trying to do the impossible. I just like to see the impossible happen in boxing, like George Foreman, Bernard. You know, I like to see these things as impossible happen. Being the oldest person fight, being the shortest fighter, like Tank or Manny Pacquiao, and coming and rising to the occasion and beating guys. I grew up with Mike Tyson being the shortest heavyweight, the youngest heavyweight champion. So these are the things that I have instilled in me. And hey, is it okay to dream that I want boxing to see the impossible? Because that's another part of boxing that keeps boxing alive. Boxing's doing the impossible. Boxing's breaking records. So that's all I got to say, man. And Mike Tyson, go lay up, go smoke your herb, relax now. You did your thing, but if you still want to do it, fine. If you still want to do it, fine. That's on you, man. It is what it is. Don't worry about what another man can tell you. Don't worry about another man saying you need to retire. Don't worry about that. When you want to retire, if you got to get knocked on your ass to retire, that's what then you'll learn. Every individual is different. None of these human beings don't even like to inflict pain on themselves in the gym and feel so hungry and miserable. None of them do. So people that's into sports and warriors, their mindset is different from an average human being. What they see and what they think you should do, that's their baseline. You're on another level. So if you want to continue this, and if you need to get knocked on your ass and say, okay, I'm done, it is who it is. And that's why I say I love Manny Pacquiao, because he got knocked on his ass. Everybody said, you're done, you're done, you're done. And guess what? He came back to be the oldest welterweight champion in history. So I could never tell, especially somebody that's athletic, want for them to retire. If I did, I would never see Manny. I would never see Bernard Hopkins. And I would never see George Foreman do the things they do, because everybody would have been listening to the average fucking human that don't do shit. So you got abilities, go to the best, whatever it is. But yeah, I'm out to the next video. Maybe it'll be Boxing Fit Talk. Stay in tuned from that, because I think the next time I do this, it will be on a treadmill or a step machine. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about being older and learning to keep your reflexes up. 1.